I've been in the army over 10 years at this point, so it's a long time from joining to actually seeing real action. It was really aggressive, high pace, high octane sort of action that lasted seconds. And then I went to sleep that night. I felt like a kid who'd been given the best Christmas present ever.
Welcome back to Mulligan Brothers. Today's video, as always, was sponsored by Huel. I'm drinking Huel Black Edition, which has 26 vitamins and minerals, 35 grams of protein and slow release carbs to make sure that I can stay satiated and proteined up whilst I make these documentaries. If you want to find out more about these, go to the link in the description. I'll talk about them a little bit later on in the video. I'm curious as to your first experience when you eventually got to go to war. Like, what was that moment like for you? You've been training for such a long period of time to do that, and then you eventually got out there.
So I'd been on operations before. When I was 17 into 18, I went to Northern Ireland, and then I did some tour to Kosovo and in the Balkans and to Sierra Leone in Africa. But the first real, and I'm going to use, people might get a bit upset with it, but real combat experience was in Iraq. And I was actually a patrol commander in Pathfinders. And again, it's a high point in my career. So what I'm talking about high point in my career, I'm talking about killing someone. And without sounding like a psychopath or any sort of anything else, there's more to it. So rather than just saying, "Hell yeah, I'm so proud that I killed someone," it kind of sounds kind of bad and crass or whatever. But there's a lot to it. And the main thing is, it's something I've been training for all my life. Back in those days, it was a rarity. And having to have combat experience, real combat experience. So it was always the question, you do this parachute regiment training and stuff, where the parachute regiment, any sort of military guy, the question was, do you think you'll be able to kill a man, or would you kill a man, or could you? And some people, well, you don't know until you do it. So it was always these things that it used to get talked about quite a lot back in the olden days. And but nevertheless, even as an army cadet, you're doing section attacks, you're doing these things, so you're shooting at targets. It's all about the final act, which it might not sound nice to people. I could have said combat, I could have said shooting, but it's killing someone. And you do all this training, and everyone talks about it and do it, and then when it comes to you, it's like, all right. So it was all. So that was that's in 2003. So I've been in the army over 10 years at this point. So it's a long time from joining to actually seeing real action, being shot at and things like that before, but real close quarter combat was that day, and I felt good about it. It was really aggressive, fast moment. I ended up shooting 5 people at a range, same distance, kind of what you are to me now, which is just about 3 meters away. And it was high pace, high octane sort of action that lasted seconds. But there was 2 guys left and right of me who also did the same thing, who did similar things, just in their own different ways. One with grenades and one with an automatic rifle, a support weapon. And it was good that not only did I produce the goods, that my good friends left and right of me produced the goods, and you could argue I saved their lives and they saved my life, because we all worked it as one. There's like these three highly trained individuals working as one organism to defeat a common enemy. So when that finished, went back to the headquarters, did like a report and things, and spoke to some people, did Holy Communion, and then I went to sleep that night. And when I went to sleep in the sleeping bag, I felt like a kid who'd been given the best Christmas present ever, and I felt satisfied that I'd done the right thing and performed when I needed to, and lived to tell a story.
I appreciate you for talking about it so openly as well, because I think we have a tendency to glamorize and sugarcoat stuff, but that's what you guys are there for. Like, is to fight evil is the whole point of it. Yeah. So after that, did that unlock anything, you know, knowing that no, not at all. Just,
No, it was just like, yeah, that's it. It was like, yeah. Yeah. No, there's nothing, nothing else. It was just like, yeah, good job. Let's like on to the next.
today's episode, as always, was powered by Huel. This stuff has been absolutely crucial to my training and the world record I just broke, the world's heaviest marathon, where I carried 220 pounds for 28 miles. Yes, I achieved it, guys. It is done. This is what I was drinking. Huel Black Edition. It has 35 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals and slow release carbs. And it's what I use in my training all the time. But don't just take my word for it. People like the hardest geezer ran across Africa drinking this stuff. It's absolutely amazing. And if you want to get exclusive offers and deals, go to the link in the description and you can find out more about their other products like their daily greens and their meals, which I eat every single lunchtime. Thank you to Huel for sponsoring the video, and let's dive back into the episode. We spoke about the high points of your career and you'd mentioned a few points. So was it getting selected?
So I'd say that the main high points, becoming a member of the parachute regiment, the star point, and I don't give the parachute regiment as enough credit as I should do, and especially considering how much I idolized it and obsessed over it as a kid. So the parachute regiment, getting into the parachute regiment is like, that's like, okay. The next high point is the full on combat, is aggressive combat operation or taking action, killing someone, you know, that thing. That was high point 2. And then high point 3 is getting into the special air service. Again, similar to the parachute regiment, it's like you know what? I think, I think a lot of people who've been ex-SAS or like forget about that, like that you were in the SAS, and it's kind of, and I know some people don't stop going on about it, but even though I didn't do that long in it, but it should be a thing, and but yeah, it's getting, and it's like, because it's proving that critic wrong. Maybe the critics that I imagined didn't, you know, people, I'm saying, oh yeah, then people didn't think I'd get in. Maybe they'll then people say I did think you'd get in, but, and maybe I just imagined it all. I don't know, but part of that criticism was from the inside here as well. I'm always looking for that approval that was never going to come by me. So it was like, but I was in the parachute regiment, the Pathfinder platoon, and the SAS, and that's like, as a kid, if I'd said that to my 13, 14, 15-year-old self, I'd be like blown away. I'd be like, what? That's amazing. There was a terrorist incident in 2019. 5 terrorists attacked a hotel complex. I turned up, thought people were dealing with things, could hear gunfire explosions, and then I said, Zach, police in there, special forces. No one's here yet, no one's in there. And there were gunfire explosions, and I was like, okay, I'm going in.